Welcome to the Holy Grail Show 2018. We from Luthiers database are here to interview BlacKat Guitars once again.
Hi.
And want to interview Tomek.
Hi, I'm Tomek. Should I stare at the camera, not at the microphone?
We don't see your eyes anyway, so...
Okay. Hi, I'm Tomek. And I am the guy, the master builder from BlacKat Guitars. I'm kind of owner thing.
You do everything in BlacKat Guitars, including
that's
marching.
like half of the... I don't do him.
You don't do him?
I don't do him, whatever you mean. Yeah, so there's two of us, there's Marcin and me, and we're BlacKat Guitars. We build guitars in sunny Warsaw, Poland. Great place to live and visit. And those are our guitars.
A wide collection of guitars. Of course, just tell me about, for example, this DV6 BlacKat.
Okay, this DV6 is a DV6 carved top with flame maple top and black limba body. The fretboard is Ziricotti. I don't know, should I show it closer?
Yes, zoom, I think.
Zoom, you can zoom on this,
Do zoom.
Right? Okay, yeah, so it's Ziricotti, and we use bare knuckle pickups on most of our builds, so those are bare knuckle rebelliels, and the neck is wangy with maple stripes, and well, the body is quite thin. I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but it's fairly thin and comfortable, and it's kind of a shred kind of thing. So this is it. Should I say something about this one as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is the SC6 is like our classic model that we have been making since the beginning, but it's a single cut with a twist because we have full body bevel. And it has a gorgeous 5A quilted maple top with tiger eye kind of finish. And the body is swamp ash, it's very lightweight. And the neck is wangy with pau ferro stripes. And bare knuckle Black Hawk pickups. And we use hip shot hardware on all our builds, so it has hip shot bridge, hip shot O-ring knob, and hip shot locking tuners. And it's very pretty, and I like it very much. So, and this one is
a quite special one with the pearl finish.
That we started doing like last year. We introduced a lot of new things last year, headless guitars and more classic shapes. So this is obviously headless. It has a very interesting color shift finish that we also started doing. It shifts from purple to blue. And it's a thin top, carved top, which is also a bit unusual because you don't see as many carved top headless guitars. And on this one we have Fishman modern humbuckers, which are probably my favorite active pickups, and Amazak, or also called Ovanko neck with wangy stripes. Wenge? I have no idea how to say it correctly. So
That's quite a debate. It's Wenge, I think.
And our signature cat paw inlay, and pretty much that's it. So it's very lightweight and small, and we have special soft cases made for this, so it's very travel friendly. I actually have soft case somewhere under the table, but I don't know if it makes sense to take it here to show it. It's a bit cluttered. So yeah, as I said, last year we've introduced a lot of new stuff, headless models and classic models, but for this year we're not introducing anything new. We're just focusing on builds, on improving some small stuff, production techniques, because we want to focus more on stuff that we already make to somehow make it better. So we experiment with some new things that I don't want to talk exactly about yet. And on a longer perspective, we're looking also at the option of making bass guitars.
Oh, nice.
So this would be like a new big thing for us, but right now it's only in the current stage of the whole project is like we're talking what specs they should have, because basically we want to base them on our guitar bodies, but change them obviously a lot. So now we're only discussing specs and figuring out how to do it, but I'm also already in touch with manufacturers of great pickups, preamps, so we actually have most of this stuff covered already, so maybe in around November.
So you now just discussing about string spacing and scale length and how it should,
Yeah, pretty much.
and how the body should look like, or is it still a single cut and double cut idea?
We definitely want to do single cuts, double cuts, and headless. We definitely want to make multi-scale bass guitars, and we want to offer fretless, because I love fretless guitars, especially in technical death metal. I think they're essential to technical death metal, so we need that in our lives. But for now, we have a lot of orders, a lot of builds currently in production, and mainly we just want to do the everyday job and see what next thing we're going to do after we do. I know we have headless run in works. So this is like 12 headless guitars, the whole batch of headless guitars in production. Yeah, there's only 2 of us, so it's a lot of work. And I forgot to mention that we have a new order form, because we had this vintage kind of order form in Excel file. So it wasn't very friendly to customers, because they had to either have Excel, Microsoft Excel, or some other app that would work with it, but the choice was very limited. It didn't work on Mac, it didn't work on mobile phones. So now we have a self-calculating order form on our website, so customers can go there, organize the whole spec, and they can see the cost without sending an order, without sending inquiries to us. So I think this is good, because sometimes people feel that they don't want to send emails yet when they're not sure or something. So this way you can check how much it costs and let the idea grow if you want us to build you a custom guitar or not.
I can remember, like before, you always emailed the order form forth and back, and the customer would just decide if that would work, and then say, I don't have Excel, and how do I just calculate everything. That makes it way easier. But with the guitars you have here, I mean, and the Holy Grail, we're limited with 2 meters, so everyone has got only like 2 to 5 guitars here.
Yeah, so we have 8 guitars at the Holy Grail. We have 4 guitars on the table all the time, and 4 guitars in cases under the table, so we switch them from time to time to make the whole thing about a bit more interesting. It's like we weren't sure which guitars we should take. So we basically took all of them. So that's why we're switching them. We can't say which ones we like more, which ones are like the showcase pieces, because for us all of them are very interesting and worth taking to the trade show. So most of them were made last year, because now we're making only customer builds. But this one is new.
Yeah. The other ones we already have seen at the Guitar Summit 2017.
So this is Ace SC8. It's a very rich spec guitar with gold hardware, quilted maple top, all perloid binding, and Makassar ebony fretboard, and again the wenge neck with.
You're gonna trigger a lot of people now.
With Pauferos stripes and Bada body. Bada body sounds a bit weird, but that's what it is. And Bernacle, I can't remember. Juggernaut. This is Juggernaut set.
Meshuggah peripheral pickups.
Yeah. Misha Mansurs. So, yeah, it's the interesting thing about this one is that we wanted to do like a fade from purple burst to blue burst. So I used 2 spray guns at the same time in the finish booths.
With 2 hands?
No, it's not possible to do it with 2 hands, but I mean spraying the guitars. And yeah, I had to switch, but the idea is that when you do it at the same time, one after another immediately before the finish sets, you get better blend of colors on the transition. So that's what I wanted to do. It's first time I tried doing this like that, and I'm very happy with results. So yeah, that's it. I'm always expanding my palette of finishing options. This is something that I really like doing, so you will see more and more crazy stuff from us. Because like the last few years it was more like nailing the basics, and now I'm exploring new ideas, new territories, and obviously once we do something once, people order it again and we do more of this. And this is also a change that I see with our customers. Our first guitars that we built for customers were very simple, very safe, but the longer we build guitars, the more crazy ideas people have, and this is awesome because this also shows that people trust us that we can nail some crazy finish.
You can actually nail a lot of guitars since several years. We could maybe go over to the soft case if you want to check that out.
Okay.
Martin has in the hands.
It looks like a bottle.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's very small and it's lightweight, but it's not a typical gig bag. It's reinforced inside with fairly thick plastic, so it's very nice, and it comes standard with all our headless guitars. It looks like that inside, so it secures the guitar pretty well.
So it's super solid and small at once.
Yeah, and it's for normal guitars we always include Hiscox case, and for the headless we have this, and I think it's perfect for the job. I didn't want flight cases or anything like that, because the whole idea of headless guitars is that they should be very compact and easy to carry around. So.
Does these come with the guitars included, or is it an upcharge to take these special cases?
Our prices always cases are always included in price of the guitar, so there's no upcharge for that. We don't want to ship guitar out without case, because this is also protection from shipping companies damaging guitars.
It would be pretty irresponsible, but there are still many luthiers where you can see that they upcharge 50 euros for it. Maybe they actually ship it without one. I don't know how they do it. Maybe a box filled with...
I can't imagine anyone buying guitar without a case at this point.
Yeah, that's not possible. And with all the damages that people can hear with shipping out and flying out the guitars recently, that's a big threat for luthiers, I think. So.
Yeah, so we always supply cases with guitars, and when we ship guitars out, we also always use UPS. We pay extra for
Insurance.
yeah, insurance is obvious, but we also pay extra to ship them as fragile goods, so they're not. They shouldn't be sorted automatically on the transmission, the big transmission belts. So they should be moved around by people from place to place.
Yeah.
So, but you know, we rarely have any shipping damage, but you know, things always can happen. So.
I mean, you've shipped so many guitars already, maybe already 100? Maybe, okay.
Definitely more than that.
More than 100. Did it ever happened like a total wreckage of a guitar via shipping or flying
Not
out?
since we use cases. We have used gig bags in the past, and we had our share of broken headstocks and things like that. The biggest problem is when we always mark a lot of arrows on the box from all sides, because the shipping agent can put box on all ways, all directions, and it's not a problem as long as they don't do this. High.
All the weight on the headstock.
Yeah, so this is not a big problem with headless guitars, but with guitars that have very fragile horn, we had some of these broken. So, but not since we use Hiscox cases. Hiscox cases are very solid. We had one case damaged in shipping, and that's all. No guitar damage.
That's good. I mean, talking about pointy headstocks, they really suit your guitars, especially with the new one that had to have some cat ears on it.
Oh yeah, this is Marcin's design. We wanted to do something that would fit more to with our classic
Image.
models. Yeah, as well. Yeah, we gave it a twist. It looks like a cat's head a bit. It has tiny ears. It's cute.
It's quite cute, yeah.
And I think it works for those guitars. So in the beginning, people were mostly ordering the shape they're more familiar with, but now we receive some orders also for these. So I think it's slowly catching on.
So these headstocks come with the classic models you introduced last year?
No, you can. At this point, you can select headstock for any build. So you can have this headstock on classic models, and you can have this headstock on any other models, except headless guitars, obviously.
Now, since you have quite a variety of models by now, of course more than 5 in total, are you the kind of luthier that would actually build anything a customer would want if the price is right?
No.
No?
You mean like making a new shape for customer?
Completely new shape, maybe
No.
also a 10-string, but there may some kind of customers like that?
You know, when I receive really weird orders, I usually tell the guy to try it somewhere else, because focusing on one build like that can disrupt work on many other guitars at the same time. So, okay, I can charge more for this, but this also means big delays for other customers. So it's not really that good for business, and not good for other customers. A bit not fair. So, yeah, I don't like to agree to stuff that I'm not sure if I'm able to do, if I'm capable of doing. So, with new shapes, the problem is that I can receive some drawing on paper, but I have no idea how it will work out when we build it, how it will balance on strap and things like that. So, also, apart from making new shape, you have to make probably new control cavity and a lot of other stuff. So it's really time consuming to work on customized models.
So with the Holy Grail being on this year again, what is the first time for you to be in the Holy Grail?
Yeah, this is the first time I came here actually.
Is it a good experience until now? It's like the last day
Honestly,
and the morning.
I love it. I made some new friends. I've met some people that I've been friends with on Facebook. So it's also cool to have this feeling that this is not like competition. It's more like a community of builders. So it feels nice to be part of this, part of the community and part of the show itself. It's very nice, and also, although I'm not a fan of stuff like I know some unions or things like that, after the show I'm really considering joining the EGB.
Oh,
so,
aren't you already in the EGB?
no, not really.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I'm not a fan of unions and things like that. So, but I'm changing my mind here. It's a cool place to be, and so actually it makes sense to first come here, experience the whole thing, and then decide if okay, this organization does something really cool and it worked out nice and so on. So I'm really happy that we could come here, and really thankful to EGB that it organizes this kind of event.
What a good final word. I already also thought it's a kind of family reunion here with only custom luthiers here, because there are only custom luthiers here and most of the people know each other. And that's why it's a good event you have to attend yourself. Tomek, thanks for the interview, for another one.
My pleasure.
And we're going to see each other soon again.